Hello from Spirit of the Suwannee.
Spirit of the Suwannee.
That's the name of the park we're in, and we are here at the RVillage Rally. We have never been to an RVillage Rally, so we were kind of excited to check out a rally that wasn't grand design, just to see what it's all about. The only other rally we've been to outside of all the grand design ones was the Escapers Bash back last year, but it is safe to say this is the largest rally that we have been to.
Yeah, and they're all very different vibes, even what people are doing, what they're interested in, what the seminar topics are.
Yes.
So it's been really fun to see the differences, and this is more of a generic, you know, anyone in the RV community can come to an RVillage Rally where, you know, Escapers wants you to be an escapee or escaper member, and then Grand Design, you have to be a Grand Design owner, so they're kind of the sub niches, but it's really cool to see the differences here. And then even in this park, it's pretty interesting to see because they have full hookup areas, and you know, you have a lot of old RVs and new RVs, and then we're actually out here in this boondocking area.
Yes, they had a boondocking for solar, and then they had a boondocking with generators. So because it's Florida and we know the weather can be questionable, we decided to opt for the boondocking with generators just in case we needed ours, and we did, because yesterday was extremely cloudy. We got no solar coming in whatsoever.
And we didn't want to tilt our panels because we're only here for a couple of days.
Yeah, and in the clouds, I mean, that doesn't really do anything anyway. So what we thought was kind of funny though is we were led to the boondocking section, and then when we got through this giant park, the guy was like, okay, well, it's boondocking, so choose your spot, and left. And so, which we thought was really cool. So if you look at the boondocking section behind us here, everyone really just scattered all over the place and picked their own spots. And way back here, like, no one, I think there's one guy, yeah, there he is, back here. And yeah, so it's been, we thought that was kind of cool. So you can, people, we were talking to someone last night who isn't quite comfortable with boondocking yet, so they wanted to be closer. And then us, like, we chose to just come out here because we couldn't decide where to turn, so we just got to the end and we're like, this is good.
Yeah.
So,
and we were running out of fuel.
Yeah, a little stressful coming in for sure.
Like very low on fuel, like 10 miles left in our tank. So like 1 gallon.
Yeah, the lowest I think we've ever been.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, definitely. Jason's the fuel guy. He normally fills up when we're at the halfway mark, so for us to get down to that was a white knuckle experience for sure.
There was a gas station right at the entrance, or like, you know, within like 4 miles, and we were at like 40 miles to empty on the way in, but we just sat in the waiting line to check in, and we were in line for about 20 minutes. Not long, but
not long at all,
but long enough to just watch that fuel distance to empty tick down.
Yes. So anyway, we are really thankful that we have our RAD Power Bikes for this one, because normally we ride them at rallies anyway, but this, like, the option of walking, I mean, you could.
Yeah,
you're just gonna take a long time. Yeah, they have trams here, which is really nice. But we have just been zipping around with our e-bikes, which is so fun. And one thing that we really like, since RVillage is kind of a community-based app and website anyway, they let you host your own events. So they've set out time slots throughout the day of go on to RVillage and see what is happening. So people have been setting up their own happy hours, their own coffee, their own breakfast, their own evening stuff, their dinners. So it's mostly like there's a slot in the morning for lunch, and then in the afternoon, so that you can actually go and talk to different people and see what they're hosting. So it's a very community driven and very community focused event, which is really cool. We love that.
Yeah, I mean, an example is like they have different groups for different things. So like the one that sticks out of my mind is they have like a libertarians get together. So if you're a libertarian, you can go meet other libertarian RVers.
Right.
Or like they had a
Thor meetup. So if you had a Thor, you could go meet other Thor owners. They really have anything.
Michigan fan owners.
A Michigander meetup. Yeah, we wanted to just go crash that one because we love Michiganders, but we didn't. And
other stuff like that. Just anything that you like, you can create a group. We could probably do a RAD Power Bike group here because there is a decent amount of RAD Power Bikes, as there should be, because they're awesome.
As they should be, because they're the best e-bike. So anyway, we will now just go show you some stuff rather than talk about it. So let's roll. So these past 2 nights have been pretty much loaded with music. A lot of this rally is based around some evening entertainment. So we got
What's going on here? What's happening here?
What's going on?
Hi, what are you doing?
What is happening?
Oh my God, are you vlogging?
Oh, did we interrupt?
We didn't mean to interrupt.
Sorry.
It's
all you idiot.
We're just a bunch of Americans.
Who are you guys again?
We're fans. We just saw you here.
Oh my God, we're so excited to see you all.
You saw my shirt?
Yeah.
It's the Get Out couple.
Oh my God.
The Get Out couple?
The Get Out couple.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right now they're thinking go away.
Get away.
Get away from me, you creep.
I am not going to rat out the person who decided we should photobomb you, John. I'm not going to say anything like that.
That's not surprising.
No, you would have guessed,
I
right?
think we all got excited and we were coming downhill, so then we started running.
You have footage of us scurrying down the hill.
Did you see them coming?
No.
I just
You getting from you.
I just want to point out that while I may have had the idea, there were no adult voices in the room to say, no, that's a bad idea.
No, the
Considering
second.
all of you are down here. Oh my goodness. That's
Is this going to show up on television?
Yeah.
Oh,
is that
cool.
on?
CBS?
Oh yeah.
CBS?
Oh yeah.
ABC?
I think it's good. All of you are so serious and you have such professional channels that I like being able to show the goofy side.
We know how to ruin it.
The real RV geeks. The real RVer.
Paparazzi. No cameras. No cameras.
No cameras.
You can get Tom. He doesn't mind.
Tom's been like the most He walked up and like,
Yeah, sure, throw Tom under the bus.
Oh my
I just want to point out Tom was the last one to follow us down the hill and might have been having second thoughts.
Truly believe that. later was actually there. We didn't get to meet them, but I thought that was really cool that the artist of these sculptures was there too. So anyway, we ended up saying goodbye to Drivin' and Vibin', and then we went to the RVers cast, Morton's on the Move, and RV Geeks, and then Anthony, who was the producer of the show, The RVers. They did like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hour talk, just talking about the show, future plans, and then answering a Q&A. So we went to that, and then we went to the last night festivities, which was lighting up the Firebirds and listening to Wicked Truth, the band. That band played again. So,
which Anthony is the drummer.
Yes. So he's the producer of the RVers, but he's also the drummer for Wicked Truth. So overall, this rally was awesome.
We left the rally.
We obviously have left the rally, and we're towing, as you can see in our window.
If you can't hear, it's raining pretty hard.
Yes. So we had a boondocking location picked out for after this, and we learned that to not go driving down dirt roads in the rain. If you don't know what we're referencing when we got stuck in the mud, and I'll link the video up here. So it was also going to be a fairly longer drive, and we're a little tired after the rally, and sometimes you just want to like decompress after these very social events. So we started looking up RV parks along the way to shorten our drive and just to have full hookups so we could take a nice long hot shower, not have to worry about our tank capacity. But that's what we were talking about this earlier. We love that we have that flexibility in this lifestyle, and you can be as strict as you want and go from booking to booking to booking, or, you know, boondocking to boondocking to boondocking. We know a lot of people that do that too, but it's so easy to adjust and change your schedule or your bookings if there's availability, obviously, but based on your mood. So, you know, because we're a little tired and because we want full hookups and we want to decompress at an RV park, that's what we get to do. So this is actually a cute little spot we found. All this grass is new, super green. And they only had a lake or pond view site, lake view site. So here we are. It's pretty cool. You can tell they're building out this park for sure. They have a lot of construction going on. So these are the finished sites in front of the lake. So everything's a little soggy because it's been raining, but at least we don't have to set up in the rain, and that is always nice. What do you think about this park?
Yeah, I like it. Very, very easy in, which is good since I'm exhausted.
I know when she told us on the phone that they only had one site left that could fit us, and it was by the lake, I assumed it would be a back end. But yeah, it's actually really nice to have the lake view sites as a pull through.
Absolutely.
So, all right, let's set up.
Yeah. almost forgot that there is the Florida Caverns State Park right up the street. So we got up here about 45 minutes before they close, and we're going to be able to hop on the last cave tour that they have of their caverns, and we're very excited to do that very shortly. We like going on cave tours. It's something we've done a lot. So.
Yeah, they're fun. If you've never done a cave tour, you should.
They're all very different too.
They are all very different, and they normally all have different temperatures, which I find to be kind of interesting. So this one year-round is 65 degrees. So this one is not too bad. We've been in some pretty cold ones before.
Yeah, very cold.
Yeah.
So let's show you that.
Yes, they had a free museum too. Let's go look at that.
Okay. We finished the cave tour and it was awesome. Yeah, once again, totally different than any other cave tour we've done.
Yeah.
Really
You
like
think
them.
you've done one cave tour and you're like, that's it, I've done a cave tour? No. Go to as many cave tours as possible. Because I even had that attitude today. I was like, well, if we miss it, it's okay. We've seen caves, but this is just so different. Obviously, the formations are different. Obviously the landscape's different. The way the rooms develop are completely different.
The way they light the rooms are different. So
Yeah.
here they had some colored light, which I thought was pretty cool actually.
cool, yeah.
Like, you know, a little
Spice it up.
a little pizzazz, greens and blues.
Yeah.
Another thing that we've never been able to do in a cave tour is actually touch one of the columns. So when they first opened the cave, they had kind of like a slanty walkway, and so they knew people
were tripping.
Were
not from tours. Like, this was just in the discovery of the cave.
Yeah,
like,
and so going down that, they were tripping and like falling, and so and they knew people wanted to touch them, right? Because that's the human urge, is to touch things. So they sacrificed one column in the entire cave system that they let you touch, and like all other cave, you don't touch any of the stalactites, stalagmites, because you'll ruin them.
Yeah, the oils from your fingers will just ruin them.
I thought that was really cool that they sacrificed one for all the
that
others.
They said was already dead from even people tripping and sliding, and you know, before they even opened it into a tour, it was already gonna die.
Yeah, so that's really cool. So that's something that was new. So if you ever are in another cave tour and you want to know what the stalactites or stalagmites feel like, this is a great destination.
Yeah, this is the only destination we've seen where you can actually do it.
Yeah,
and don't be rude and do it anyway.
This cave system also, because we're in Florida and there's lots of water, it was pretty cool because there was lots of water in the cave, and it was raining yesterday, as you know, as we were driving in here. So everything was still dripping, and it kind of really showed how the cave gets formed with all these little drops. And actually, 25% of the cave was closed because it was underwater.
From the flooding of, was it from the Hurricane Michael?
No,
it was just recently?
Just recently.
Oh, okay. Well, what is sad and was really surprising to see was actually this whole state park area. He said that from Hurricane Michael, which was 2 or 3 years ago, at this point, it ruined 80% of the trees. It just completely, like, crushed them. So that building, or is it behind us, is the tour office, and he said that, and we're standing in the parking lot right now, he said you would not be able to see the parking lot a couple years ago. So, and now obviously there's like 4 trees. So it's all very interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool. we learned a lot in a short amount of time, and we never would have came here if we didn't decide to change our plans.
Yeah, so let's go finish up and give you a wrap up of our village and what we liked most back at the RV.
Yep. All right, well, as you can see, we are back at the park. There's our rig. The number one complaint we read when we found this place was that there's highway noise, and it probably sounds a little louder on video because people are heading home, like it's that time of day, but it's not bothersome at all. We've been in way louder parks, so.
Yeah, there's no train tracks here either, at least we haven't heard them. So
yes.
That's a plus side for an RV park.
So, okay, hopping back to our thoughts on the rally. This was a very fun rally. We loved that it was huge. Just so many people, so many things to do. Even if you went out to the main field and the rally wasn't actually putting something on, you could easily find something to do.
Yeah, in all of the riding your bike around, meeting other people, this was just a big community-based rally. They had community events going on. That entire sheet of community events with more listed on the RVillage app where anyone could have a get-together for anything, like we were saying before, and that was a really, really interesting and different than the other rallies we've been to, where so many people were able to put something on and it was broadcasted, because usually it's kind of like, oh, stop by this campfire over here that happened to have a bunch of people at it. So this made it a little bit more formal, and you felt like you weren't just intruding on like a large group of friends party. This felt more like anyone could show up.
Yes.
Which reminds me of community and how we like going to the rallies to meet our community, the Getaway gang, all you guys. And so if you do see us at a rally or even out and about in a campground, we urge you to feel free to say hi. We're very friendly. If you do see us inside our RV, maybe don't come knocking, though. We're probably in our pajamas, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. I'm in my
working.
pajamas. But if you see us out and about, or send us a message. If you happen to see us and you see us hunkered down, send us a message, because that would actually be a really good excuse for us to leave the RV.
Yeah.
That's one of our bad things.
Yeah, especially when we're just off in random RV parks when we're just working, there's nothing there. So
yeah, we won't be.
Yeah, very much appreciate people saying hi and just wanting to talk, and we love to talk too. Sometimes RVing can be a very isolating thing, especially when you're making videos on YouTube and people feel nervous to come say anything to you.
Yeah, that was surprising. We did at the Tampa RV show last month, and now at this rally, we have heard a lot. I didn't want to come bother you. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm sorry if I'm bugging you. And not at all. Like, that's something I definitely wanted to clear up, is if you see us, say hi, especially if we're at a rally. Like, we go to those events to talk to people and to say hi and to mingle, and it makes us, from our end, it's so awesome meeting people that say we helped them in one way or another, or they just like us sharing our mistakes, or they feel like they know us. Like, it, on our end, it gives us faces to feel like that's who we're talking to, that's who we're helping. Like, it's an awesome experience, and it's not just talking to a camera, it's talking to the people we've met. So come say hi is the whole point of that spiel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to join our Getaway gang. We'll see you next time. Bye guys.
And we really enjoyed it. We worked all day and almost forgot that we were coming up to it.
Nothing.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were laughing at me. That's the same. That's your same laugh when you're laughing at me. All right.
Now I'm laughing at you. Okay. You know, so even if you rode your boat, invite yourself to their, campfire, their happy hour, whatever.
Mosquito got me. It
You gonna
hurt.
go?
Yeah, sorry. It hurt. Okay.
You want to hurry?
That's I just felt. All right.